What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, and I hope you like this video. This is going to be your review of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, season 5, I think, episode 2. So we see a little bit. Mary is giving us a little insight. Her son still lives at home. She said he's not working, and she's not really pressuring him to get a job because she said she believes that he was very sheltered, and she says that's her fault. That he was very sheltered and it's her fault. So she's not really pressuring him to go out and find a job and do something with himself. And she said one day she'll give him the boot, but it ain't gonna be today. Okay. Then we have Bronwyn, Heather, and Lisa hanging out. They go through the drive-thru, and Lisa is explaining to them why she's mad at Whitney and why she feels like Whitney owes her an apology, because she said, Whitney went on that podcast and she said all them things and she felt some kind of way about it. And she doesn't feel like they ganged up on her at the dinner, which I agree. I told you, I don't think they ganged up on her either. But Bronwyn has some very specific views on Whitney, which again is making Heather side-eye her. Heather is like, this is very reminiscent of last season with the whole Monica thing, being very opinionated, feeling how she feel, and I'm just not sure that I'm open to somebody else coming up in here with their 2 cents. I don't know how I feel about this. I'm side-eyeing it. I'm in the car. I'm listening, but I'm not participating. And that's a very smart move, okay? Now, Meredith and Seth are going to a cooking class. They having date night and they're at a cooking class. Now, Whitney let it slip that Meredith don't even live in Salt Lake City, which actually makes sense with the fact that every year Meredith is in a different house and them Airbnbs. Remember that first season? That was definitely an Airbnb. Okay, we saw all the signs of Airbnb-ness, okay? But the flip side of that is, but we also saw that Seth moves around so much. So, I don't know. I think that Meredith films there and maybe she's there, but it's definitely clear that she don't really live there. At least I believe Whitney on that one, child. Now, Whitney a liar, but I believe her on that one. Now, what we find out in this dinner is Meredith talks to Seth about, the things with the girls, which we know Seth don't care nothing about. But then she tells Seth that she wants to be bar mitzvah. Bar, for the boys is bar, for the girls is bar. I did not know you could be bar mitzvah at any time. I thought it was a coming of age and it had to happen in that time period of your teens. Now, as somebody who grew up Catholic, there are sacraments that you make and you make them at certain times. The last sacrament is the sacrament of confirmation. If you Catholic in the chat and I'm saying it wrong, correct me. I went to Catholic school. I ain't been to a Catholic church outside of somebody getting married or a funeral in a long time. I ain't been to mass in a long time. So correct me if I'm wrong on that. But I believe confirmation is the last sacrament. You have you have your baptism, your first Holy Communion, and then you get confirmed. Now, I guess bar mitzvah is the same as confirmation because you can be confirmed at any time. However, if you grew up Catholic, you get confirmed usually around 8th grade because that's when they wanted me to confirm. But I knew then I didn't want to be confirmed because I'm not sure if I'm going to be Catholic the rest of my life. So I was in Catholic school and they came and got me. And they said, it's time for us to start giving you your classes on confirmation. And I said, I don't think so. And I chose not to do it. But I know people who did. And that's around the time, remember they came and got us in 8th grade. And they was like, it's time. But if I decided to go back to the Catholic Church and reaffirm my faith, I could go through the classes and be confirmed now. So I guess it's along those same lines. But either way, Seth was very moved by that. And it was just something that Meredith decided to do. Now, I applaud her for that because I think religion and your faith, which is 2 different things. So let me say your faith, because religion and faith, 2 different things. Your faith and your timeline of when you get to the point where you're ready to commit to whatever faith that is, I think it's your timeline. Saying at a certain age you should be ready or at a certain time you should be ready, maybe not so much. So I'm cool with that. Meredith, I look forward to learning. I hope she's going to film this process because I look forward to learning about it because obviously I'm not Jewish. I didn't grow up Jewish. I haven't converted to Judaism. So I don't know nothing about it. I mean, I know what I was taught in school, which was like 1 unit in a religion class. I don't know a lot, okay? From the faith side, I know a lot historical because I'm a history person. But faith-wise, not so much. Anyway, So then we see Lisa meeting up with Angie to have the talk. Now we know it's the same day that Lisa was with Heather and Bronwyn and when they went to that Wendy's, and here's how we know it's the same day. Cause Lisa got on the same shirt. And y'all know that Lisa would not be filming in the same outfit twice. Ain't no way in hell. So this is clearly the same day. So she's talking to Angie. And Angie is trying to explain why she went and talked to Whitney and why she told Whitney. And Lisa is doing what Lisa does best. Lisa is going to cut you off. Lisa is going to overtalk you. And then Lisa is going to exit stage left. And that is what she did. She was like, listen, girl. If you're my friend like you say you're my friend and you trying to be my friend like I need you to be my friend, then my friends wouldn't go back and tell people stuff that I don't want to be told. Like, this needs to be a safe space, and I want it to be a safe space, and I want us to continue to feel like we are safe space in it, okay? And and Whitney going on a podcast, like, I feel like you taking Whitney's side over my side, and I don't appreciate that because you're supposed to be my friend and not her friend. And before you know it, baby, Lisa got her happy ass up and said, I'm leaving now. So there was absolutely nothing accomplished in that conversation. So then we see Bronwyn, and we get to know a little bit more about her situation. She bought her husband that Louis Vuitton purse. Bronwyn, I know we just met. Somebody send this to Bronwyn. I know we just met. I like orange boxes with blue bows too. I'll even take a gently used one because I know you got a closet full of Louis Vuitton that you probably only carry one time. I'll give you my address, girl. Call me. Anyway, it was cute though. It was a cute like almost like a travel case or something. But it was cute. Her husband appreciated it. He had that. I saw that Gucci sweater. I saw you with the Gucci sweater on. But we found out, that how they met. I told y'all already that in the last review. They met. She was doing finance in New York, and he flirted, asked for her email, and they made it happen. She said they've been living in this house in Salt Lake City for like a year, so they still trying to get things together. They still taking stuff out the boxes. Okay, their interior designer came by to help them interior design. Okay. We find out that they still trying to get the bedroom set up for the daughter. Child, her daughter old enough. Her daughter in her 20s trying to start her own business, but I guess she live at home. Cause listen, if my parents was rich living in a mansion, I would live in my wing too. I'm never leaving. Listen, this adult shit is for the birds. If my parents was billionaires, and they lived on estates, I would never. I would cut off my part of the house and say, this is me. Y'all don't even have to know I'm here. I'll come in the back door. Okay, park my car on the side. But I don't need to go out there in the real world and do real world shit. You got a house here with more bedrooms than you ever gonna use. You're not even gonna know I'm here. Anyway. Whitney and Lisa go. Whitney and Heather, they go out. Now this is where I have a problem with you, Heather, because you always be backing down and apologizing for shit that I don't feel like you need to back down and apologize for. You were not wrong. You did not gang up on Whitney. Whitney is a liar, and Whitney lied on you. And all you did was bring to Whitney's attention the lies. But here you go apologizing, backpedaling and pussy popping up on it just to keep the peace. Because you always got to be the peacemaker, with Heather. You don't have to always be the peacemaker, girl. You don't. Moving right along. Heather wants to have a ropes obstacle course. She wants to have a team building situation with the ladies because she said, listen, maybe we can get this situation back on the road because Whitney wants to take a road trip to Milwaukee because she wants to go to Trixie's bar. Remember Trixie Mattel, the drag queen with the motel they went to down in Palm Springs last year? Well, she has a bar in Wisconsin that they want to go to. Now listen, I love the RuPaul girls, as much as the next person. Trixie ain't one of my favorites, but I would support her business. Wisconsin? Y'all gonna take a cash trip to Wisconsin? Okay. To go to a bar. All right then. I personally wouldn't care. We see Meredith with her kids putting together her recipe for her bath bombs. So let me understand something, Meredith. You're mad at Whitney for putting out bath bombs. Mind you, Whitney's bath bombs are already on the market. She said she been selling bath bombs. Meredith just didn't know she was selling bath bombs, and she been selling bath bombs. But let's assume she did just start selling bath bombs. Hers, they already on the market. Girl, you still sitting in your kitchen with some baking soda and some I don't even know what else you had in there, trying to figure out the recipe to make your bath bombs. Girl, how you mad? How are you mad? I don't understand how you feel like you have a right to be mad. Girl, you don't even have a product. Okay, then. She lets the kids know that she's going to be bar mitzvahed, and they had the same reaction. They were like, damn, for real? Like, aren't you too old for that? Like, why would you do that now? But, you know, it was cool. It was a cute little moment with the churns. So then we see Heather and Brittany playing pickleball. Because we got to have a pickleball scene in every Real Housewives of whatever show for the next year. Because pickleball is the thing. We had pickleball in Potomac. We had pickleball in Dubai. We had pickleball. Did we have pickleball in Beverly Hills? I feel like we might have. We had pickleball in New Jersey. I'm almost certain we did. But baby, the pickleball is pickleballing, okay? But anyway, the ladies have never played pickleball before because they don't even know where you're supposed to stand to hit the ball back and forth. So they playing pickleball. But what we find out is that Brittany and her friend, I guess, are going through their back and forth. And I guess they on again, off again, off again, on again. But what we find out is that Brittany is true blue Mormon. Okay, she is true blue Mormon. She's been divorced twice, but she definitely wants a husband. Now, what Heather said is that in the Mormon culture, they definitely tell you that if you can get into heaven without kids, but you can't get into heaven without a husband. So a lot of Mormon women definitely put their husbands above their children and their relationship with their children. And Heather says she definitely did that in her marriage. She definitely made decisions that put her husband before her children in her marriage. So we found out that Brittany doesn't have a really good relationship with her kids right now as a result of some of the decisions she's made in her relationship with men. And Heather tried to get her to talk about it, but she was like, oh, it's just a long story. I don't really feel like getting into it. AKA, I ain't ready to talk about it on camera. We get it, girl. We understand, child. We get it. So Heather has her ropes course moment. Now, again, Heather showed up and was like, oh, wait a minute. This is real. Baby, that ropes course was all the way up in the sky, and it wasn't no elevator. You had to climb up to the top. You had to climb up to the top of that. Oh, I'm sorry. Before that, Angie and Bronwyn had a moment where Bronwyn went to her salon. Angie said the salon is doing well. The business is booming. Everybody, after last season, the opposite happened. She thought people was going to feel some kind of way. But business is booming, and they're opening up new salons and all of the things. The ropes course was cute. All the ladies were there, even the new ladies. I was another lady, Beanie. She was there. I think she ain't make the cut. I feel like maybe she was auditioning, but she didn't really make the cut. Because they showed her there, but I don't even know if we heard her say 2 words. But either way, Brittany is there. Bronwyn is there, and all the, the regular ladies. So they go through the obstacle course, and it was what it was. Y'all know we don't care nothing about all of that. We care about when they get to the end. Heather had a food truck come, so they sitting down and they eating. Brittany gets up and makes this announcement that her and her boyfriend are back together, and they've made it Instagram official. And she really feels special because that's the first time he's ever done that. Girl, they pull up that Instagram post. Why this man done posted a picture of her in a cart talking about me and my best friend at Costco? So the ladies are trying to get her to understand, girl, that is not a flex. You should not feel no kind of way about that. You shouldn't feel special because, baby, that is not... He did not make it Instagram official. He did not call you his woman or his girlfriend. He said, my best friend. If anything, he friend zoned you publicly. That's what he did. He publicly friend zoned you. That was the post to let the other ladies know, if you see me out with her, that's just my friend. We ain't a couple. We not together. That is just my friend. That's what that post was. That was the opposite of what you thought it was, girl. Either way, Mary says, we don't care. We don't care. So, baby, she was like, Mary, that was rude. She was like, I don't care about it being rude. I don't care. And I don't care that it was rude. I don't care that you think it was rude. Next thing we know, the two of them get to arguing, and Heather is trying to get the ladies to stop arguing with her because Bronwyn is backing up Meredith and say, yeah, you did say you were rude, and you did insinuate that, Mary was poor, and talking about holding the bread in your purse and all of these things. And so now Brittany was like, wait, what? And Heather was like, oh my God, here we go. But I ain't see you defend her, Heather. I heard you say, if y'all have any respect for me, you'll stop. And then I feel like that's the last thing you said. You just let them go at it. I ain't feel like you stood in no more than that. You was like, if y'all really respect me, y'all will stop. And that was the end of that. Either way, the ladies get to arguing. But Brittany, I agree with the ladies. And Lisa was trying to gently let you know, girl, that man, he not your man. He didn't make nothing official. And I think you need to step away. So then they asked her about the kids because she said something about not having a relationship with her kids. So they wanted to ask her about it. And baby, here go Mary. I mean, will you sacrifice your relationship with your kids for a man? Like, that's what we need to be talking about. Like, we don't care about who your boyfriend is. Why you don't have no relationship with your kids? So then Brittany got in her feelings and she got to crying and got all emotional about it. And she was like, that was just so rude. That was so rude. And Mary was sitting there doing what Mary does best and was like, I don't think it was rude. I don't understand what the problem is. But neither here nor there, child. That was pretty. So then Heather got into it with Bronwyn because Heather was kind of coming at Bronwyn and saying, listen, you was talking shit about Whitney. Now, one minute you was cool with Whitney because Whitney said that her and Bronwyn had went out and had a good conversation. One minute you cool with Whitney. The next minute you over there talking shit about Whitney. And Bronwyn was like, whoa, where'd that come from? How did I catch a stray? And then Angie get to arguing, child. Y'all know what it is. It ended up being a whole nother argument that we can carry over into the next episode, child. Anyway, let me know what y'all think. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.